Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to the channel. And man, guys, I don't think I've ever been so excited to do a video as I am right now, because after working on this thing for an entire year, we finally got the new Blaukat Throwback Jig up on the market. Guys, this is a project that I've been working with Cumberland Lures for the past year, perfecting this thing. And I'm going to tell you all about it, all the features with it. You guys are definitely going to want to get a couple of these after I get done talking with it. And before we get into it, guys, I know a lot of the people, I've gotten a ton of questions on this new jig because we've been teasing it now for months. And a lot of you guys that are watching this video were customers and had purchased a bunch of my Blaukat old school jigs that we had. And to make a long story short, the company I was working with before, they had some production issues and some supply issues, and we had to discontinue that jig. And I had a chance to pair with Cumberland Lures guys to design the new Blaukat Throwback Jig here, which is an improvement on the old school jig. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, these things are going to sell out quick. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description. You can get them at Tackle Warehouse. If you guys want to order some, you can use that link there because they're probably not going to last very long from all indication of the interest we've had so far. Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit about this. I want to explain to you why it is an improvement over the Blaukat old school jig. First of all, look at the price. One of the biggest complaints about the old school jig, it was $9.99. Guys, Cumberland Lures has been able to produce the Blaukat Throwback Jig, $5.99, without sacrificing any quality, without reducing the quality of the components to anything out there. It's amazing they could get the thing down to this particular cost, but that's what it is, $5.99, which is right in line with most jigs on the market. But let me explain to you, aside from the cost, why this thing is superior. A lot of every single aspect of this, guys, has been thought out, and literally, I have never been with a company like Cumberland Lures that has been such a stickler for details. We literally worked on every single part of this jig over and over again. It's like they would send me some ideas, they'd send me some drawings, I'd tweak it or talk about it, and they'd come back with an improvement on it. It went on for months and months and months perfecting this thing. The attention to detail and how they wanted to perfect this jig, I have never been so impressed with it in my entire life. Also, guys, everything as far as the quality components were considered, along with the production costs. So it was the most professionally run project I've ever been a part of in bass fishing. Okay, here's why this thing is freaking awesome. First of all, on the head design. This head design is designed to go through rock, wood, grass, whatever. It's aerodynamically designed. It goes over limbs, goes over rocks. We've got a horizontal line tie there. And this horizontal line tie, what happens is when you go over a piece of wood or something like that, instead of getting hung up, it'll turn a little bit like that and allow the hook to go over the top of the limb or whatever you have. This horizontal line tie is super critical in any type of a flipping, pitching, or casting jig. So that was a big deal. The next thing, and one of the big things I wanted, was a short shank hook. So we got this super high quality short shank 4/0 mustad hook there. Small diameter, super sharp, needle point, chemically sharpened point. And the thing about the short shank, why it is important in a jig, is that a short shank will add up to a lot better hookups. It's like when a bass bites this thing, having a short shank on there, it really, really helps you penetrate different parts of the mouth. And also it creates a profile on the jig where you can create a really compact profile, or you can create a long profile depending upon how you hang your trailer on it. So this short shank is it's an exception to the rule on the market. And guys, you know that jig fit, all the Bassmaster tournaments I've won, everything, most 3/4 of the money I've won in my $2 million wins in tournament fishing have come on the jigs, and this short shank hook is a big part of it. Perfect weed guard, guys, perfect length, perfect amount of strands. We left it purposely a little bit long so you could trim it. Sometimes you want a beefy weed guard and thick cover. Sometimes you want to take a few fibers out if you're not fishing thick cover. So we've left it a little bit longer for your modification. As with the skirt, guys, you'll notice we've left the skirt a little bit longer. That way you can trim up the skirt and adjust it to however you want to create a profile. You can trim it down real short if you want a compact profile. You can leave it long if you want a big bulky jig. And I'll do a series of videos on how to modify these jigs and how to, cut them and how to hang trailers on them at later videos, but it was purposely left a little bit longer. Now, one of the things about this that amazes me, how they could produce it for $5.99, this is a hand-tied living rubber skirt. We stayed with the living rubber, which is not easy to work with. Believe me, silicone is cheaper and easier to work with. But living rubber, guys, it's a lot more lifelike in the water. And especially it's lifelike when you tie it by hand, because when you tie this by hand and cinch it down hard, it makes that rubber flare out in the water. It flares actually when it's sitting like that. See how that is right there? And if you use a collar on a silicone skirt, you don't get that flare with it. Super big element there. And the next, the keeper on it, we have a molded keeper down the shank of the hook that's got 2 different keepers on it. So you just about have to rip your plastic when you thread one on there with 2 keepers to get it off. Also, guys, we got 6 different colors in it. I'll do videos in the future here. I'm gonna go over each specific color and tell you guys when it works the best. Obviously, black and blue is one of the favorites of everybody out there. But guys, I'm so thrilled to get this thing going on the market. We got 3 different sizes. Like I said, you can check it out. Tackle Warehouse link in the description. I'll have it linked in there. You can just see the description of it. You can see the different colors we got and the sizes. But anyway, guys, appreciate the patience on this. I've had a lot of different people asking what happened to the old jig, when the new one's coming out. Well, here it is, guys. Blaukat Throwback Jig, Cumberland Lures. I'm really excited to do a bunch of videos on this because we're coming up right now in fall time. Fall time is one of the best times of years to fish a live rubber jig, and we'll be putting out a lot of videos with some tips and advice on how to fish it. So anyway, guys, appreciate it. Go by Tackle Warehouse and the link, pick you up a few of them. Let me know what y'all think about it, and we'll check in later.